Stay right there. Don't come any closer to our investigation. And don't yell out to these guys or you're going to go to jail.
Then you're not going to like how that ends, bud. This guy coming up to me and telling me where to stand and I'm not detained. Can I stand where I want?
Well, as long as you're not getting in their way or a safety.
Right, I'm not in anyone's way, right?
No, you're fine.
Okay, and I wasn't in anyone's way when I asked. When I told that, I can tell that guy that he can withdraw consent for a search anytime he wants.
Yep.
I have a First Amendment right to do that.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is brought to you by the channel Audit CDA Idaho. Make sure to check it out and give credit where it's due. We're here in the parking lot of the Coeur Idaho Starbucks, where something interesting unfolds. As this auditor was on his way to grab some coffee, he noticed Coeur d'Alene police officers conducting a car search. Quick on his feet, he grabs his phone to record the interaction, and that's when things take a crazy turn.
You don't have to consent to any searches, bud.
Hey, don't interfere with the investigation.
You want to stand over on the sidewalk or out of the road?
Am I detained?
You're not being detained.
Okay, I'll stand where I want, bud.
What was your name?
You can also withdraw consent if you want.
Hey, you can record as much as you want, but if you interfere with our investigation,
Please
you're going to go to
stand
jail.
back away from me,
Did you
sir.
hear what I said?
Please give me some space.
Stay right there. Don't come any closer to our investigation. And don't yell out to these guys or you're going to go to jail.
Let's clear some things up, folks. Police cannot tell you where you can and cannot stand while you are recording them. Recently, some states have tried to pass laws that would allow police to enforce a certain distance that a person can record them from. Every single one of those laws were shut down. The main reason being is that a law like this, one that determines where one can stand when recording police, is unconstitutional. The Supreme Court, along with multiple states, have determined that recording police is a First Amendment protected activity under your right to freedom of press. Therefore, Officer Juice Monkey is all sorts of wrong here.
Then you're not going to like how that ends, bud.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you today?
Not too shabby. Could I get your name and badge number, please?
Yeah, I'm Sergeant Winstead. K25 is my badge number.
Thank you, Sergeant. Appreciate that.
How's your day?
Well, we'll see how it goes. Hope I don't go to jail, bud. Just filming.
Yeah.
Just
If you just want to sit around and film, that's fine. You'll be all right.
appreciate it.
What state do you have a driver's license? Idaho.
So what's with this guy coming up to me and telling me where to stand and I'm not detained? Can I stand where I want?
Well, as long as you're not getting in their way or a safety.
Right. I'm not in anyone's way, right?
No, you're fine.
Okay. And I wasn't in anyone's way when I asked. When I told that, I can tell that guy that he can withdraw consent for a search anytime he wants.
Yeah.
I have a First Amendment right to do that.
Sure.
He sat here and told me if I said anything again that he was going to throw me in jail. That's a threat.
Well,
That's unacceptable,
what
Sergeant.
What he doesn't want you to do is interrupt in what he's got going on. You don't have any part of this, right?
Interruption is a physical thing. Okay, it's not speech.
Depends. You're
It's not.
dividing his attention away from what he needs to do. And he needs to do his job safely.
Well, that's kind of dumb because then if some pretty girl walks by here with nice looking shorts on and he's distracted and gets in an accident, will he blame the girl or will it be his fault?
Well, he won't be distracted.
It'll be his fault.
Now you're talking apples and oranges.
Let's talk about the hypocrisy surrounding hypothetical situations. It's absolutely ridiculous. The discussion about whether speech can be considered obstructing has already been settled by the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Houston versus Hill. Back in 1987, they shared this incredible quote: "The freedom of individuals verbally to oppose or challenge police action without risking arrest is one of the principal characteristics by which we distinguish a free nation from a police state." They further emphasized that officers and municipalities should exercise restraint when faced with verbal challenges to police action. After all, a certain level of expressive disorder is inevitable in a society that values individual freedom and must be protected if we want to preserve that freedom. In other words, the supervisor in this situation is completely wrong, and we must give credit to the auditor for brilliantly turning the tables on him.
Not at all, bud. I can yell and shout and cuss as long as there's not any kids around.
Well, and you're not disturbing anybody's peace at the same time.
Well, you're disturbing my peace. Are you going to go to jail?
I'm disturbing your peace.
Sure.
Why am I doing
Look
that?
at
I'm just chatting with you.
You're standing like 3 feet away from me.
I'm not even facing you. I'm just chatting with you. What I'm doing is I'm making these guys more comfortable. By
I've
standing
done
over here.
nothing, man. He come over here like a bully. That's what happened, and you were there and you saw it, and you should reprimand him about it. These guys don't know their rights, and you guys can hem them up and jack them, do whatever you want, just because they're vulnerable.
Well, why do you think we're violating anybody's rights?
All right, guys, we got 1, 2, 3. We got
There'd be one less of
3
us.
patrol vehicles and 4 officers, and including 1 sergeant out here for this. This guy's got Utah plates. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to find out. Do you know what? Are you going to share anything, Sergeant?
No, I'm just here to cover these guys if they need any help. They're doing their job.
I don't know. Are they in your backpack right there? That's not my backpack. Is your backpack?
Are you guys accused of a crime? Do you know why they jacked you?
The paper wouldn't be in there. I just like to show off my backpack. I don't know why. I apologize.
Okay.
I know they're in their car. Dude, those were really important papers. I know.
They're not that important. I just went to the ER and they
No, I
checked
know,
me
but-
out. I don't know where they're at. I don't know where they are. I'm sorry. I might have gone away.
You guys, the best thing you do is shut up. And you guys can tell them you can stop searching anytime you want.
No matter what any overzealous cop might tell you, it is not illegal to inform someone of their constitutionally protected rights. The earlier threats made by the officers are now proven to be empty. What truly boggles the mind in this situation, though, is that the auditor is trying to educate the driver about his rights, yet the driver allows the officers to search his vehicle. Nevertheless, the auditor doesn't get intimidated by their unprofessional tactics. Now, instead of asking whether police are trained to harass people, we all know they are, the real question is why so many people turn a blind eye to this behavior. There are countless videos showing police being antagonistic most of the time, yet the mainstream media tries to convince us that we need police regardless of their standards. As a society, we need to break this cycle.
Of any consent, and thank you for this man. Also, I'm brown, so where I'm come from, I get harassed all the time for being who I am, and especially.
You do know marijuana is legal in Idaho, right?
I don't know any of the laws.
It is illegal.
That's what you're saying.
I wouldn't say anything to him, bud.
But with that being said, I am such
This guy's being racially profiled right
And
now.
so I'm just gonna sip my coffee and go into my own dreamland. Thank you, everyone, for who you guys are as individuals.
If he's revoked consent, why are you guys still searching his car? You guys have probable cause? So the cop's gonna invoke a right to remain silent, which he doesn't have. He's acting like a thug. Can you tell us why you pulled him over, or why you got him hemmed up?
I've informed him why. If he wants to tell you, he can.
Do you know why they got you hemmed up, bud?
I have no clue, but I can share a pretty awesome life hack.
Just don't say nothing around him that can incriminate yourself, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, bud. What's your name and badge number, Sergeant?
Zach Johns, K90.
Johns?
Yeah.
My pleasure. Thank you, bud.
You're welcome.
You want me to go back over there? I can go back over there and videotape them searching your car. They could do something illegal or plant something. All right. You got anything else to say, bud? It's the Coeur d'Alene Police Department. They're conducting I believe to be an illegal search because the guy revoked his consent. But they're continuing. He may have said something incriminating. And that's why they can continue to search. Excuse me. Hey, what's your badge number, bud? What's your name and badge number?
Sudol K59.
Appreciate it. My name's Jay.
Hey Jay, have a good day. Like your Tesla.
Don't stand in front of me, man. That's a violation of the Constitution.
Don't get any closer.
He's trying to block my shot of the search.
It's officer safety. You can videotape all you
You
want.
should be more concerned about public safety than your own safety, bud. And our constitutional rights, our natural rights. If you would honor your oath to the Constitution, our world wouldn't be in such a mess right now.
Remember, anyone has the right to refuse to give consent and can revoke consent at any point during a search. Furthermore, if the search results are used as evidence in a trial, the prosecution must prove that consent was given voluntarily and not due to coercion. So once this guy revokes his consent, any evidence found will likely be thrown out. All it takes is to say that you felt intimidated by the officer, which is quite believable considering the main officer's behavior, as seen in the video. The auditor raises a valid point when he tells Officer Juicehead that he needs to familiarize himself with the people's rights. Why is it that law enforcement officers are allowed to perform their duties without even memorizing a single law or understanding what they swore an oath to protect?
You're supposed to be protecting these constitutional rights of these people, not violating them. Okay, they got his vape pen. They've confiscated his vape pen as evidence. So they may give this guy a break. Let's go see if they're going to give him a break.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to confiscate it. And I'm going to let you move on, okay?
Okay. Thanks everyone for your time. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go inside.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone.
Do you have any questions for me?
I don't thank you guys so much. I think I understand everything.
Yeah, have a good rest of your day.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
If they come a break.
And choosing the strata.
So, yeah.
When we discuss topics like law enforcement in this country, a phrase often thrown around is, "The left wants more government and the right wants to enforce it." These words hold true to this day. There are countless laws, codes, and ordinances enforced by officers that are both excessive and unnecessary. They seem to exist solely to extract revenue from hardworking people, and when you really examine it, the motive becomes clear. Of course, this is just my opinion, and nothing I say should be taken as legal advice. I simply enjoy pointing out the hypocrisy within our local government agencies, and I applaud individuals like this auditor who document situations where someone is being mistreated by the police. He even went the extra mile to inform the individual of their rights, despite the threat of arrest. For that, I encourage you all to head over to his channel, subscribe. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.